Assalamualaikum and good morning to all. Okay, thank you for being here today. So, as we all aware, our company have to decide for the dividend policy. So, today that's the reason why I want to have a meeting with you guys to further explain about the dividend for this company. So, regarding the payment and also the policy, so that we could update compared to before. Okay, so regarding this matter, I think I have to explain again about the procedure. I know that you guys maybe have heard about the procedure, but this is the update of the new procedure. So,
Okay, for cash dividend payment procedure, there are 4 steps that the firm will take in order to pay the dividend to the shareholder. Okay, the first one, we will go through the declaration date, where date on which board of director declare the shares or the dividend. And then the next date is ex dividend date, means exclusive of dividend, which is 2 days before the date of record. Okay, during the ex dividend date, the day a stock trade ex dividend without the right of the shareholder to receive the dividend. And then we go to the date of record. Date of record 2 days after the ex dividend date. Date of record where date of which investor must own shares to receive the dividend payment. And then the last one is the payment date. The payment date, the day a dividend is paid to shareholders, usually 2 or more weeks before shareholders who own shares on the date of record receive their dividend. That is the flow of the cash dividend payment procedure.
okay, how many percent and how should we declare the dividend payment?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think that before we decide the payment and everything, I think that we should take into account factors that should be affecting the dividend policy. I know that the profit is the main factor, but there are other factors that we should take into account too.
Can you explain more about the other factors?
Okay, there are like 6 factors that we should take into account about the dividend policy. The first one, I think it's a legal constraint. Legal constraint is okay. You know that in a company they have like a legal capacity about their money. So a company, they cannot really pay dividend if they exceed or if they cannot afford. So they have to have money in their account. So basically they cannot use the cash reserve in the company. Okay. So okay, the next one is contractual constraint. The contractual constraint is like when a company, they make a loan or debenture with a bank or any institution or financial institution. If they have like agreement to say that they cannot pay money or they cannot pay dividend to their shareholders, if their profit is a certain amount. So they have to take into account this contractual constraint also, because they cannot simply pay dividend to their shareholders. Okay, and the next one is a internal constraint. Internal constraint is about cash. Okay, so in a company, they must have enough cash to pay their dividend. So it's about cash, of course, right? Okay, so they also have to ensure that their liquidity is high. Okay, to pay their dividend. So the next one is about the growth prospect. Because if a company, a newer company, they like if they are rapidly growing, okay, it's like they are very growing lah, okay. So the company may not pay, or maybe they pay less dividend to their shareholders. They can do that because they want to use the money for their expansion or also for their operating. So it's about the growth prospect for the company. They have to take into account the factors too in determine the dividend policy.
Okay.
So there are like 2 more factors. The fifth one, I could say that we have to take into account about the owner consideration. Okay, like the shareholders, the company should know about their shareholders' status. For example, their tax status. If they know that their shareholders have high tax rate, then they will know that okay, this shareholder is a very high wealth income. So they should take into account about the shareholders' background, honest consideration to pay the dividend. Whether they have to pay more to these shareholders, or they have to pay more to these shareholders.
So
It depends.
basically, we have to know about our shareholder first before we make the decision on the
Yes,
payment.
we should take into account about the shareholder consideration. Okay, the last one I think it's about the market consideration. The market consideration is it's like a signal to the company. If a company pay high dividend, there will be more investment because shareholder will attract to invest in our company.
Okay.
So it gives positive signal to about the company. So yeah, I think those factors are very important if you want to decide the dividend policy for our company. We shouldn't just
Focus on the profit.
we should
focus
also
on
consider about the other factors. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's correct, Sharina. There's also economists mentioned about irrelevant and relevant dividend policy.
What do you mean, boss?
Oh, what I mean by irrelevant and relevant is it can be related to the residual theory. What is residual? Actually, the amount left over after all the acceptable investment has been undertaken. Oh, by the way, guys, actually, company will only pay dividend to the shareholders if there is balance in their profit after take into account their future investment. Okay, for the approach that I have mentioned before, residual theory, this approach have 3 steps. The first one is we have to determine the optimal level of our capital structure, and then by using the optimal capital structure, we estimate the finance needed to support our expenditure. And then the last one, as the cost of return earning is less than new equity, use return earning to meet the requirement that we did in step 2. And then if the return earning is not enough, we have to sell new stock. But if it is surplus, we distribute to our shareholders as dividend. They are theory from Miller and Modigliani, if I'm not mistaken. But I have read before. In their theory, they said that in perfect financial market, there is certainty, no taxes, no transaction or market imperfection, because they said the value of the firm cannot be determined by the dividend payment.
Why this theory said that the firm value do not affected by the dividend payment? There are 3 reasons. The first one is they mentioned that the firm's value actually solely determined by their earning power and risk of their investment. And then the second one, if the dividend affect the value of the firm, if it is because of the information content that give signal to the management for their future expectation. And the last one, if the firm's value affected by the dividend, it causes the shareholder to receive the level of dividend as they expected. Okay, based on Gordon and Lindner theory, basically what they are trying to say for their argument of dividend relevant is when we pay this or that amount, then what will happen? Okay, actually if you pay or not, what will be the effect to the company? If dividend payment have impact on the firm value, then it is relevant. Okay, for example, when company pay dividend, shareholder risk will be lower, and when the risk is lower, when the risk is lower, they will lower their required return for the investment, and then at the end it will boost the stock price.
Oh, that makes sense because how can a company pay a dividend if they don't have cash in their company, right?
Yes.
Okay, there are several types of dividend policy. The first one is constant payout ratio. Constant payout ratio, we pay dividend according to the specific percentage. As an example, this year, our profit is 5,000. So, out of 5%, we will pay dividend to the shareholder. That is constant payout ratio. This is when we have profit, we pay dividend, and when we have no profit, we will not pay dividend. So the drawback of this policy is this one is too volatile and
Too volatile?
It cause harm and risky to the shareholder.
Okay.
If it cause harm and risky to the shareholder, so the share price will be decreased. But you need to know that many established companies, they are confident to use this policy because they know that they can maintain their profit.
I see. So should we use this policy?
There are second type of dividend policy.
Okay. Let's hear all of. Okay.
Okay, the second type of dividend policy is regular dividend policy. This policy is we give the fixed ringgit to the shareholder as a dividend. As an example, we give 10 cent for each share as a dividend every year. So this dividend policy can overcome the issues of volatile because shareholder can minimize the uncertainty about their dividend, and they are confident that this company are doing well because the issue they will give us a fixed dividend ringgit. The third type of dividend policy is low regular and extra dividend policy. This dividend policy is extension of regular dividend policy because we give a fixed amount of dividend, regular dividend, and we add additional dividend if the company is performing better than normal. As an example, if the company have huge profit, so you are entitled to get extra. If no extra profit, so you are not entitled to get extra. Okay, all type of dividend that I have explained before, they have their own pros and cons. So no dividend policy is the best. We cannot say that this one is the best, this one is the best. Each one of them has its own pros and cons.
The advantage and disadvantages.
Yes.
I see. But what if our company do not prefer to pay dividend through cash? Because Najla said that there are other form of paying dividend to the shareholders, right?
Yes.
Alright, instead of cash, we can give our shareholders stock dividend too. We can, by doing that, we can retain our cash. So our cash can be used for other investment alternative or opportunities. But when we might incur some other costs or some other costs for the stock issuance. Okay, other than that, you can do the stock split. By doing the stock split, we can lower the price of our shares. By lowering the price of our share, we can attract more shareholders to our company. Or reversing to that, we can do the consolidation of the share.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
We combine the share, so the price of our share will be higher.
Oh okay. Okay, I see.
That's what consolidation means.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, the other alternative, we can buy back the share from our shareholder. By doing that,
That is stock repurchase, right?
yeah, by doing that, our shareholder still get money, and they can, the money can act as an alternative to the cash dividend.
Okay, so I guess we are now clear with dividend policy, and I think after today's discussion, we can decide which policy should our company.
Yes.
And I believe that we could give something good to our company, to our, especially to our shareholder, to increase their wealth, and
I agree.
to increase our profit and have a good return.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. We
That's
can do
right.
it.
We can do it. Our company
Okay.
can do it.
That's good. That's what I want.